Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
Welcome everybody to Wayne High School, the home of the Wayne Generals, currently tied for first in the SAC with the Bishop Luers Knights, but tonight they are taking on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. So a crucial game in SAC play as the Generals try to remain undefeated in conference play with tonight's game against Bishop Dwenger. This is actually Wayne's third home game of the season. They've played home games against Carroll and Woodland. The Carroll game was their only conference home game, and of course the Woodland game was back on December 28th, just a few days after Christmas. But they recognized Chase Barnes before this game for scoring his 1,000th career point. It just so happens that he got that 1,000th career point in the Woodland game just a few days after Christmas, and the Generals have by and large kept it going since then. Their only losses have been to Leo, Crown Point, and Fishers. That Fishers team, I believe, is undefeated. They were undefeated going into that tournament. It was a tournament hosted by Fishers where they defeated the Wayne Generals. But since then, a road win against Northside last week and then a road win against Norwell earlier this week. A really good Norwell team, and Wayne was able to go on the road and win that game against the Norwell Knights. Well, this is a Wayne team that, of course, did return a large core of players from last year's regional championship, the second straight regional championship that the Generals have accomplished. The first was under Byron Pickens. The second was under current head coach Anthony Brewer. Of course, Chase Barnes is the leading scorer. Currently got him averaging just over 18 points per game on the season. And then Trey Dillard and Kalen Williams-Thomas averaging 11 points per game on the season. But you can't forget about Preston Comer. He's played a heck of a season this year, and Comer, he is a forward. He's a front court guy. He can get it done on the offensive glass. He can score on the interior, but he can also step out and shoot the three. He can also defend really well, and he's a scrappy defender. He's a guy who goes after loose balls constantly. And, well, what can you say about Chase Barnes? He scores in just about every way that a guard can score. The dribble drive, the mid-range jumper, the three-point jumper. Chase Barnes can do just about everything. And, of course, Trey Dillard is a scrappy guy in the post. He can score in the post, but he fights after those offensive rebounds. Plays well on the defensive end, too. Great rebounder down low. And also fights after those rebounds on the defensive end. Great shot blocker as well is Trey Dillard. Averages 2.7 blocks per game, as right now they're playing the fight songs for both the Saints and the Generals. Right now they're playing the Saints fight song, then they'll play the Generals fight song after they're done with that one. Been a tough go of it for this Bishop Dwenger team. They're under first-year head coach Brandon O'Leary. Now, Brandon O'Leary is in his first year as Dwenger's head coach, but he's somebody who's been around the program for quite some time. In fact, this is O'Leary's 15th season at Bishop Dwenger. First as a head coach. He's been a varsity assistant. He's been a JV head coach up until this year, taking over for the former head coach Matt Kostoff. Matt Kostoff, who had several winning seasons in his career with the Dwenger Saints, including 5 sectional titles and 3 regional titles in Kostoff's career with the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Dwenger got their first win back on Saturday when they knocked off Central Noble. 50-45 was the final score in that game. Special day for Bishop Dwenger and for head coach Brandon O'Leary. Central Noble's having a tough go of it this year, but they had a very good season, 16-8 as I recall, just a year ago. They were, however, defeated by Northrop. That was Northrop's only win of that season. Now for Bishop Dwenger on the season, they are led in scoring by Aslan Nolan. He's averaging 11.6 points per game. And, of course, right behind him, you've also got George Pori, a sophomore who's the second leading scorer. And now we're going to have the national anthem here at Wayne High School. Now there's still another 3 minutes left on the pregame clock, so I don't know if they're going straight into the announcement of the starting lineups. The way Dwenger is situated, it looks like they are going to, but Wayne is ready for more of a pregame shoot-around, and now that clock is running, so I think we're going to have a little bit more time before we get this game underway and get the starters announced. As I was mentioning, leading scorer on the season for Bishop Dwenger is Aslan Nolan, and he's the guy who hit the game-winning 3 for Dwenger against Concordia in the sectional championship game 2 years ago over at Garrett High School. That was a Dwenger team that, of course, Nolan's a guard, but that was a Dwenger team that relied heavily on their guys in the post. I believe they had Caleb Lehrman on that team as one of the guys who played in the post. This year they've got Zach Lehrman. Now he's only 6'3". It looks like they're going to get right into the announcement of the starting lineups as our PA announcer is going into his pregame announcements. And they'll announce the lineup for Dwenger first, followed by Wayne. So we'll keep it right here, but I'm going to pause for a brief moment as the lineups are introduced.
Sophomore, 6'1", number 4, Greg Reed. Senior, 6'2", number 5, Ryan Groves. Sophomore, 5'6", number 20, Luke Dykusin. Junior, 6'1", number 22, Casey Piper. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Saints, senior, 6'2", number 24, Aslan Nolan. The Saints are coached by Mr. Brandon O'Leary. And now the whole team on the scoreboard, your one and only Wayne Generals. number 10, H.J. Dillard. Senior, 6'2", junior, number 11, Kaylin Williams-Thomas. Rounding out the starting line for the Generals, junior, 6'1", number 12, LaShawn Green. The Generals are coached by Mr. Anthony Moore. The officials this evening, Tom Newer, Mike Weems, and Jared Alder. Adler.
Just about time to get started with this high school basketball matchup here on SummitCitySports.com. The Big-Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big-Eyed Fish. New state-of-the-art car wash facilities, free car washes when you buy from Kelly Automotive. ShopDriveKelly.com. Well, we are ready for basketball here at Wayne High School. It'll be a busy weekend of basketball here at Wayne High School. Wayne's going to be right back here at home, taking on Detroit Catholic Central tomorrow. But right now they got the SAC matchup to worry about with Dwenger. Good ball movement on this first possession. Comer is fouled on the inside and a little push-up to get himself up off the floor. Looked like Dwenger came out in some zone defense. They were about to force a turnover on the first possession of the game. That foul would be on Ryan Groves. Dillard misses, batted around to Barnes, and he's hit on the way up. Swatted into the backcourt, and the Saints come up with it. This is Luke Dyhusen, couldn't hit the three, and the board is pulled down by Aslan Nolan. Well, Dwenger with a physical possession there defensively, and they're able to get the stop against this very physical Wayne Generals team. Fake pass there by K.C. Piper. Here's Nolan on the drive. Got it back off the block by Dillard. A catch-and-shoot three for Groves. He left it short, and Barnes has the rebound with his toes just inside the timeline. Barnes going to feed it over to LaShawn Green. LaShawn Green new to the starting role here at Wayne. He's a junior. Dillard with the pull-up jumper, and that's short. Ryan Groves with the board. A couple of stops for Dwenger early on in the ball game. It's a team that's won only once, but their one win came in their most recent game. You wonder if Dwenger might be starting to establish some momentum. That's going to be out of bounds off Aslan Nolan. LaShawn Green causes the turnover. Right now, Anthony Brewer with a few words for Preston Comer. Not sure if that has to do with where he needs to be positioned on the floor or what it has to do with. It is Wayne basketball. Big conference game here tonight. Of course, Dwenger is 1-8 on the year, but Wayne's trying to keep pace with Bishop Luers. Both teams are tied for first in the SAC. 3-0 apiece are their records in conference play. Williams-Thomas will let it fly, and he hits a three. Kaylin Williams-Thomas, the Concordia transfer, puts Wayne on the board. Of course, Williams-Thomas can get it done in regards to his scoring as well as his defense. He is a scrappy defender. Here's Groves with the ball in his hands. Has it poked away by Preston Comer. I'm not sure Comer didn't run out of room, but they didn't call him out of bounds. Williams-Thomas hits the shot, but he's fouled beforehand. George Pori called for the foul. Second team foul against Dwenger. Comer will try the three right off the inbound, and he splashes it home. Preston Comer with an early triple, and Wayne is up 6-0. Behind the back goes Nolan. He slips it off to Groves. Now Dwenger will be back at home tomorrow as they'll take on Peru. That's a 7:45 start. Nolan using the screen from Piper. Outside, Pori for three. Can't hit it, and Dillard's got the board. Green able to protect it with that offhand. Here goes Barnes down the baseline. Williams-Thomas from the corner hits another three. Well, Chase Barnes was just recognized for 1,000 career points before this game. He was unselfish that time, finding Kaylin Williams-Thomas. And this is a replay that we'll go ahead and show you because one of these guys was honored right before halftime, right before this game, and he still shows some unselfishness. Chase Barnes, when he attacks the basket, a lot of times he's looking to score, but that time he had Williams-Thomas wide open on the wing, and KWT knocks it down from distance. And Wayne's got a 9-0 lead. Early on, it looked like Dwenger was about to bring the physicality. Now they're going to have to bring a lot more of that physicality as this game goes on. Check in on a few scores for you while we've got a chance. Northside's leading Northrop 14-7. Northrop won the girls' game, but the Northside boys are currently in the lead. Ball is loose and off the hands of Comer, apparently. That's what the call was. She was defending against Ryan Groves. It will stay Dwenger ball with 5:06 to go. Wayne has seen a lot of blue and gold lately. They were on the road on Tuesday playing Norwell. Now they play the Bishop Dwenger Saints, who wear the same colors as Wayne. Right now trying to bring some fight as Williams-Thomas knocks the ball away. Tried to slip it to Barnes. Who touched it last? They're going to say Barnes did. Dwenger basketball with 4:47 to go, but the Saints down 9-0. Luke Dykusen gets the feed and gets it back from Pori. Nolan cuts. He's got Green on him. To the corner. That's Pori for three. Air ball, but an offensive board by Groves. His putback doesn't go. Dillard, the long outlet. It's tipped and out of bounds off Nolan. Boy, he had a chance to take that thing the other way, but it's right off his hands. Dillard found Comer going down the floor and tried to get it to him. And Nolan almost took it away. The lob inside. Comer missed it. Battle for the board. And that's going to be a jump ball. The arrow favors Dwenger. Well, now we're seeing some of that physicality from Dwenger as they not only get the offensive board, but are able to win the jump ball. Here's Dykusen across the timeline. He gets that one to Piper. A catch and shoot for Pori. Comes up short. Barnes gets it into his hands. Cross-court feed for Comer. He finds Green in midair, and LaShawn Green hits the three ball. LaShawn Green, a first-year starter for these Generals, gets a chance to be a starter with Javon Lewis having graduated. Lewis, the former leading scorer for these Generals when they won their regional title a year ago. But like I said in the open, Wayne brought back a very strong nucleus of players from last year. Talking about Trey Dillard, Chase Barnes, and Preston Comer, Kalen Williams-Thomas. Now Barnes and Comer, they've seen the good and the bad here at Wayne. They've been part of back-to-back regional titles, back-to-back SAC championships. But as freshmen, they were part of a team that won only 4 games. Here's the feed to Dillard in transition. He couldn't hit, but he gets his own miss, and a foul is going to be called. Nolan went for the ball. We'll see who they call this on. They're going to call it on Nolan. They say he got him in the arm. I thought Nolan got ball there. I'm going to look at this. He might have gotten him on the hand. Tough to tell. And now they're putting Dillard at the free throw line. That's only the 3rd team foul on Dwenger. I'm not sure that that was on the shot. Either way, Dillard's true on the first free throw. I'm not sure if I've got a chance to show this replay at this point. But as I skim through it, I don't see how Dillard was going up for a shot there. He was still trying to gather the ball. But it's 14-0 Wayne as Nolan is picked up by Comer. He'll hand that one off to Pori. Just 2 years ago, Dwenger won a sectional championship at Garrett High School. It was an upset win over Concordia. Little reverse on the inside, and it's good. Tommy Kaufman, the sophomore. So the first 2-point field goal of the game goes to Dwenger. And that 3 ball is good, and it's Chase Barnes. And we're going to get a blocking foul on the Generals. LaShawn Green called for the foul. And check that. I believe that's LaShawn Green who hit the 3. That would give him 2 threes in the game. Dwenger's hit 5 threes as a team so far tonight. Loose ball. Williams-Thomas going after it. Kaufman gets to the deck, and Brandon O'Leary gets a timeout call. Well, now we'll get another look at one of our replays brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. LaShawn Green with a deep 3 there, his second of the ball game. Green trying to make an impact this year. I believe he's only had a couple of games where he scored in double figures, but Anthony Brewer in recent weeks has had a lot of positive things to say about LaShawn and his play on the court. Well, Wayne has this 15-point lead. All their shots from the field, though, have come from beyond the arc. Things haven't come very easy on the interior. Now, you wonder how much that might change as the game goes on. We know that Comer and Dillard are very physical on the inside, but so far all their makes from the field have come from beyond the arc. But, of course, when you can hit your threes and you can play good defense like Wayne has, it may not matter if you're getting your 2-point shots to go. At least not this early in the game. That ball's thrown toward the backcourt. It's going to go out. Kaufman stepped out trying to save the ball, and Wayne takes over. A minute 41 to go here in this first quarter. Into the game comes Luke Dykhuizen. Dwenger playing a 1-3-1 zone. Generals find Dillard on the inside. Count the basket and a foul. Well, there's the first make from the field for Wayne, and Dillard will go to the line. No surprise that he would get the first make from 2-point land. So he bounces home the first free throw. 20-2 in favor of Wayne. Dykhuizen has Comer on him. Now they switch as Dillard guards him. Dwenger doesn't really have a true big aside from perhaps J.T. Moreland. He's 6'5". I don't believe he's been in the game yet. Poked away. Williams-Thomas got his hand on the ball. It's recovered by Zach Lehrman. Lehrman comes open but couldn't finish. And snatched away on the board by Williams-Thomas. Comer in transition sticks it in from right underneath the backboard. Well, Zach Lehrman got a great look on the other end of the floor, that is, but couldn't knock it down. Brandon O'Leary calling out to his guys. They work the ball around to Pori. Nolan with the extra pass to Dykhuizen. Dykhuizen in trouble, all kinds of trouble, but he finds some help. Wide open, Nolan can hit from out there. In and out, and Dillard's got the board. Who's that foul going to be on? Is it on Dillard? Looks like it is. Trey Dillard threw out the arm to Zach Lehrman and knocked him to the ground. I think the Wayne crowd wants a flop call, but they're not getting it. Well, it was obvious that Dillard threw out his arm. Only question for the Wayne fans is they think it should have been a flop called on Dwenger, but looking at it live, it didn't look to be the case. Loose ball off the hands of Lehrman, and apparently he touched it last. Boy, Comer was very close to that ball. With 18.5 left to go, Wayne can hold for the final shot of the first quarter. Chase Barnes has been held scoreless so far. But so far his teammates have picked up the slack. especially LaShawn Green. He's hit 2 threes. Kalen Williams-Thomas has hit 2 threes. And now Comer's looking for his second. Doesn't get it. But that is the end of the first quarter. It is Wayne up 22-2 at the end of one. We're back in a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade-in services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape, and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
22-2 in favor of Wayne as they lead Bishop Dwenger as we start the second quarter. Homestead and Snyder are going up against each other. That's Homestead leading 38-28 right now in the second quarter. Wayne starts the second quarter with a basketball. Miscommunication, and Barnes couldn't save it. Well, it's a 20-point lead for Wayne, but this 1-3-1 zone has caused a few problems for the Generals. If you're a Wayne fan, the good news is the Generals have been able to pick up the slack on the defensive end. Nolan made the catch. Green hustling after it. Barnes got his hand on it, and he's got the steal. He's going to have to slow it down, though. Wasn't really set in a good spot to go in transition. Barnes, the catch and shoot from the corner. It's short. Well, even with this 20-point lead, Chase Barnes has been held scoreless thus far. Kalen Williams-Thomas has 2 threes. So does LaShawn Green. The 3 is too long, and Green's got the board. And Dwenger's had a lot of those open looks. Eldridge down the floor, puts it in transition. Dykusen feeds that one off. This is Tommy Kaufman going outside to Dykusen. Dykusen guarded by Barnes. But when Wayne gets those transition opportunities, look out, they are so good at scoring in transition. Harold Mack is on the floor as well. He's one of 2 subs in the game right now as Lucas Warner will head to the scorer's table. Nolan using the screen. Mack staying with Lehrman the whole time. Dillard has the takeaway right into the hands of Mack. What a play by Dillard. And what a catch by Mack, too. Barnes hanging, couldn't finish, but he's fouled. Chase Barnes scored his 1,000th career points against Woodland earlier this year. As Aslan Nolan is called for the foul this time, and Chase Barnes will go to the stripe. Well, Barnes couldn't hit. Barnes a good free throw shooter, but not able to hit that first free throw. Oh for 2. Well, this has not been Chase Barnes' night. He's a 75% free throw shooter. And yet his team leads at 24-2 on the scoreboard. Double team comes. Dykusen jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Dwenger. Coach Brewer certainly liked the hustle. But the Saints looking to respond. That's going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Tyree Eldridge. So far, just 2 points have been scored here in the second quarter. Those, of course, do belong to Wayne. But Eldridge commits his first foul of the game. First team foul against Wayne so far in this second quarter. Inbound goes to KC Piper. A wide open Dyke Husen hits a three. Well, Dwenger has gotten some shooters open tonight, and Dyke Husen is able to cap that one off. 3-ball, Barnes splashes it home. That was a deep three for Barnes. Well, he's on the board now. 6-3 of the game for the Generals. Most of their scoring has come from beyond the arc tonight. That three by Dyke Husen was the first of the game for Dwenger. They've gotten some three-point shooters open over the course of the night. Little spin move there by Ryan Groves. Piper looks for help. Goes outside to Dyke Husen. The hand to Kaufman. Entry pass inside. Lehrman makes his move and swings it outside. Dillard went for the steal. The jumper goes. Tommy Kaufman with a little pull-up J. Dillard inside. Leaning in. Couldn't finish. Fights for the board. It's loose. Out of bounds. I think that's going to be Wayne ball, and it is. Generals will get two of their starters back in, and two of the starters will go back out. Kalen Williams-Thomas and Preston Comer take the place of Chase Barnes and Trey Dillard. Long inbound to Williams-Thomas. Comer makes the catch and finds Warner. They try to get it inside to Eldridge. Barely able to avoid the turnover. Mack up the second time, and he scores. Harold Mack, who's been both a wide receiver and quarterback on the Wayne football team, comes up with a bucket on the interior. 4:08 and counting to go here at Wayne High School. Loose ball knocked away by Williams-Thomas right to the students section. It's going to be Dwenger ball. George Pori will check in for Zach Lehrman. Inbounded Groves, and he'll hand that one off to Kaufman. Kaufman's got Mack on him. Long pass out to Dyke Husen. Contested three, no good. Tipped into the hands of Piper, but he can't finish. Boy, Wayne has had a lot of looks around the rim, or rather Dwenger has, that they haven't been able to knock down, but that's going to be an offensive foul on Williams-Thomas. Yeah, he reached out with the elbow and made contact, so that's going to be called an offensive foul just about every time. Dwenger ball down 22. Mack knocks it away, but he commits the foul. That's Harold Mack's first foul of the game. And inbound goes to Piper. Piper has Warner on him, able to get by him. George Pori with the basketball, guarded by Williams-Thomas. Wayne playing a man-to-man defense here. They had held Dwenger to just 2 points in the entire first quarter. So far 5 here in the second. A catch and shoot. The three comes up short from Tommy Kaufman. Mack goes to the top of the key. That's Williams-Thomas. Not this time. He's hit 2 threes, and the board pulled down by George Pori. Well, we've seen Dwenger win some of these 50-50 balls. That's tough to do against the Wayne Generals, and yet it's Wayne who's leading by 22. Little fake there by Kaufman from the free throw line. Hits a jumper. Tough shot, Tommy Kaufman. Williams-Thomas looking for help. He goes to Warner. Harold Mack wanted to join the three-point parade. Comer hits it and gets fouled. They set up Comer there along the baseline, and he's able to draw the foul and a chance at 3. Comer's got 5. Make that 7 points on the game. Barnes and Green will come back in. Right now, it's basically a four-guard look for the Generals. Kalen Williams-Thomas, LaShawn Green, Tyree Eldridge, and Chase Barnes are on the floor. Comer's free throw doesn't go. It remains a 22-point lead for Wayne. Dwenger only 1-8. They're playing hard in this game, but down big. Pori's three won't fall, and Comer is just able to get the pass off to Green as he gets the board. Extra pass. Green's got space, but he missed the three right into the hands of Kaufman. Kaufman's a sophomore guard. He's playing awful well today. Gets the pass off in midair. Shot won't go. And LaShawn Green's got the board for the Generals. Barnes in the corner, back to Green. Williams-Thomas from the free throw line, off the mark. Will change in direction by George Pori. Little Euro step, but he missed. And the rebound comes to Barnes. Another miss around the rim for the Generals. That's not a miss around the rim. That's Tyree Eldridge who scores in transition. Across the timeline goes Pori. Just gets it to Piper. Check that. I believe that's number 25 for Wayne. That's Lewis Morris. Barnes trying to go through traffic right at the rim. Got it. He went around Morris. Did they call the foul? They're going to count the basket for Chase Barnes and call the foul on Lewis Morris. They're going to say that the foul happened after the shot. So it's not going to be any free throws for Barnes. But the basket does count. Ripped away by Eldridge, but recovered by the Saints. 55 seconds on the clock. That's a deep three, does not fall, and Eldridge has got it. Eldridge gets it to Comer up the floor. Comer trying to go through traffic and somehow got it out to Chase Barnes. Barnes from the free throw line, book it. Smooth jumper, Chase Barnes. 1,000-point scorer in the game against Woodland. 1,000-point career scorer, which he accomplished against Woodland. Now does Dwenger hold for the final shot of the first half? We're down to 26 seconds. Groves feeds it outside to Dykusen. Fake pass by Nolan. And it looks like Dwenger is going to hold for the final shot. We're not in any kind of running clock situation. The feed to Morris. He'll hand that one to Nolan, and Nolan is fouled, I believe. That'll be the fourth team foul against Wayne. Preston Comer called for the foul. So the next Wayne foul would put Dwenger at the line for double bonus. That's only Comer's first. Nolan gets it in. Morris, tough shot, no good. Battle for the board. It's going to be won by Williams-Thomas, and not even close to enough time to get a shot off. But Wayne will take a 28-point lead into halftime. They're happy with that, I'm sure, as Wayne is trying to keep pace with the Bishop Luers Knights. And I believe the Knights are actually off tonight. At least they're not playing any conference games tonight. In the meantime, we'll get a few more words in from our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit TJWindustrial.com. Well, when you come back, I'll take a look at some of the scores around the area, and I'll also give you the leading scorers for this game. 37-9 in favor of Wayne. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade and services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
It is halftime. The Wayne Generals with a commanding lead over the Bishop Dwenger Saints, 37-9 at the half, as we go ahead and get a few words in from our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do on SummitCitySports.com. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Well, as Rappers Delight starts to play here at Wayne, the score here is a Wayne's fans' delight, 37-9 in favor of the Wayne Generals over the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Wayne getting to play a conference game tonight. Bishop Luers is not playing at all tonight. In fact, their next game will be tomorrow at Blackhawk Christian. That's not a conference game. It won't have any bearing on the SAC race. However, for Luers, it's a chance to go on the road and get a marquee win. Of course, for Blackhawk Christian, that's a chance for them to get a marquee home win as well. You can watch that game on SummitCitySports.com. Tim Atkinson will be on the call from Mark Davidson Court. Well, here's the scoring leaders for the first half of this game. Tommy Kaufman, the sophomore, leads the way in scoring for Bishop Dwenger with 6. Luke Dykusen also has 3. On the Wayne side, they don't have anybody in double figures just yet, although they got a few guys who are close. Chase Barnes and Preston Comer have 7 points apiece. Kalen Williams, Thomas, and LaShawn Green have 6 apiece. Trey Dillard has 5 points, only 1 make from the field. And Tyree Eldridge has 4 points on the game so far. Well, Bishop Dwenger started out shooting their threes and knocking them down left and right. Their first 5 scoring possessions, they were able to knock down threes. They got 2 threes from Williams Thomas and 2 from Green and 1 from Comer in that run. They held Bishop Dwenger to a mere 2 points in that first quarter. That being said, Bishop Dwenger came out in a 1-3-1 zone, and early on it looked like they might make things difficult for Wayne inside the paint, but Wayne has moved the ball well, found their open shooters, and those shooters have been able to knock down their shots tonight. The Generals have hit a grand total of 6 threes in the game so far. And, of course, we still got 2 more quarters of basketball left to be played here today. Another quick word from our sponsors. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more information. Well, the Wayne Generals will have a quick turnaround tomorrow. They will take on Detroit Catholic Central at 2:30 in the afternoon. So they'll have the night to rest up and then get here tomorrow. Who knows? Perhaps they'll get here around noon, maybe even earlier for some pregame warm-ups. And then the JV team will take the court at 1. The varsity teams will take the court at 2:30. Got some scores to update you on. Homestead is leading Snyder 44-29. That game is in the third quarter. Snyder trying to even their overall record, but facing a tough matchup with the Homestead Spartans. Northside leads Northrop 37-23. I believe that game is in the third quarter right now. New Haven's in action with Leo in some Northeast 8 Conference matchup. And it's New Haven who's got the lead 43-42 after that made free throw by Solomon Richard that I just saw just a second ago. And the other game going on is Concordia and Southside. That game was close early on, but Southside's now got a 14-point lead, 44-30. We'll also have Southside tomorrow night as they take on Arsenal Tech. That'll be a 7:30 tip, and Dwenger will be taking on Peru tomorrow night. I believe that game's scheduled to tip at 7:45. Steve Orth will be on the call for that one. I will have the Arsenal Tech Southside game as well as the Detroit Central Catholic versus Wayne game tomorrow in the afternoon. The DCC Wayne game will be at 2:30 in the afternoon. The Arsenal Tech Southside game will be in the evening. We're just a mere under 2 minutes away from the start of this second half. And we will go ahead and take a quick break and come back for the start of the second half in just a matter of moments. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Down 3, 2, 1.
To the ball. PSM performance has helped me in every aspect of the game. Working with Zach has definitely been super influential. Getting stronger in the weight room, all the agility work, sprinting, jumping. It's just really increased my game in volleyball and also my speed and my strength.
It is halftime, but it's just about time to start the second half. It's a 28-point lead. It will not be a running clock at this point. You have to go up by 35 points or more for that to be the case. And obviously, Wayne's looking to make that possible. Now, with these 9 points that Dwenger has scored, you would think that Dwenger hasn't shown much physicality. The fact is Dwenger has actually gotten a lot of open looks. They've played some physicality on the defensive end. But Wayne has outshot him from beyond the arc, and they've gotten things going in transition. And when Wayne has the pressure on, has the trap going, it's hard to get anything open against him. And Wayne's traps have led to a lot of turnovers tonight. That's the case often when the Generals take the floor, as we're about ready to start the third quarter here on this edition of high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com. They'll be going the other way. It'll be Wayne who has the basketball to start the third quarter. 6 threes for the Generals. And early on, it was largely their three-point shooting that helped them pull out to this big lead that they've got. 1-3-1 zone by the Saints. They've used this a lot as Green makes the catch and finds Comer. They work the ball inside to Dillard, who scores just outside the paint. Good ball movement there by the Generals. Sets up Dillard for his second make from the field. The bounce pass to K.C. Piper. Little backdoor cut by Pori. They're not able to get it to him. Looked like Green got a hand on the ball. Nolan splashes in the jumper. Chase Barnes on the attack. Trying to go around a sea of navy blue, and he turns it over right into the hands of Piper. But Piper turns it over to Williams-Thomas. Williams-Thomas to Dillard. Actually had that ball knocked away in midair, but he still got it to go. Nine points for Trey Dillard so far. He had only one make from the field in the entire first half. He's got the first 2 field goals for the Generals here in the second. They lead it by 30. A catch and shoot. Nolan, air ball. And wide open is Green. He'll lob it to Barnes. And Barnes will put it in midair. The lob down the floor to Piper. Piper uses the fake and draws the foul. Trey Dillard called for his second foul of the game. And KC Piper will go to the free throw line. KC Piper comes into this game as an 83% free throw shooter. But that one just crawls right off the iron. Oh for 2 goes Piper, a good free throw shooter, and he comes up empty from the line. Green will feed that one over to Chase Barnes. They've got Dillard right around the free throw line. Dillard high off the glass, and it goes. Trey Dillard just gets it to drop. And Dillard's got 11 points in the game. They just get it outside to Dykehusen. Nolan gets the handoff. Double team comes. Tries to feed it inside, and Williams-Thomas jumped the pass. Then he threw it off of Dwenger, and Barnes turns it right back over. Driving in is Groves. Missed the shot. Groves will get the rebound. Outside to Nolan. George Pori picked up by Barnes. Pori just inside the three-point line, and he hits the jumper. Barnes from the baseline. Got it! Chase Barnes with a smooth jumper. Well, he can score in a variety of different ways. Mid-range, three-point range, dribble drive, poked away by Comer. And Comer is fouled by Dykehusen. First team foul on Dwenger here in this third quarter. Chase Barnes was recognized just before this game for reaching 1,000 points in his career. He did that against Woodland. I know that was a game where Barnes hit 3 triples. Forget exactly how many points he had. I know he had a good night, and he hit 3 triples in the game. This has been a real good team effort on the part of the Generals. They've got a 34-point lead coming up on 5 minutes to play. As Dillard sets the screen for Barnes. Green with a deep, deep three. Book it! LaShawn Green from way downtown. LaShawn's got his 3rd triple of the game. How about the first-year starter? And it's a 37-point lead for Wayne, and this game will go into a running clock. Rebound comes right to LaShawn. Dillard trying to go through traffic, and he's fouled. Well, the clock will keep running until everybody gets set at the free throw line. Aslan Nolan's called for the foul. They'll stop the clock at 4:25. That's the 3rd personal against Nolan. And Trey Dillard, who is in double figures with 11 points, able to knock down that first free throw. Two for 2 goes Dillard. Right into the paint goes Pori. He missed it, tapped out toward Barnes, and Nolan recovers. Corner 3, Tommy Kaufman in and out, but Piper with the offensive board. Kaufman's going to try again. Comes up short, and Barnes collects. Barnes hanging in the air, count the basket, and one. 3:47 to go. Clock does stop because of the foul. And Chase Barnes now has 13 points in the game, make it 14 on that make from the free throw line. A 42-point lead for Wayne over Bishop Dwenger. Nolan trying to protect his dribble. They get the ball to Kaufman. Well, Kaufman's been impressive. He's played very physical. He's shown the ability to shoot from mid-range as this ball gets loose, and Williams-Thomas will just let it go. That's going to be Wayne basketball. And Aslan Nolan had to get off the floor. The Dwenger Saints had 6 men on the floor, but now they've got their 5. Barnes goes down the baseline. Tough pass to Dillard. They'll go outside to Green. Oh, you got to be kidding me! 2 deep threes this quarter for LaShawn Green. That kid's got some range. 4 threes in the game, and there's Williams-Thomas with a takeaway. Look out, there's the jam. KWT. Timeout called by Dwenger. 60-13. It is all Generals. Well, we got a few replays worth showing you. And we could choose from a whole number of them, but how about the range of LaShawn Green? This was his first deep three, and I think the second one might have been even deeper, but this one was plenty deep. Got it to a 37-point Wayne lead. Made the running clock possible, but LaShawn Green showing that he can do that on a consistent basis. He may be a first-year starter, but LaShawn Green is showing a lot of poise for these Wayne Generals as he hits that second deep three. That's not the same replay we just showed you. That's a different one. LaShawn with back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, but 2 deep threes from beyond volleyball line distance during this third quarter. And then we'd be remiss if we didn't show this. Kalen Williams-Thomas just doing what he does. Creates the turnover and then cashes in on it. The Concordia transfer has been showing you that kind of scrappy play ever since he was at Concordia, really. And he's continued to bring it to Wayne since transferring. 60-13, 2:33 to go in this third quarter. Now, right now the Generals keeping the starters on the floor. Well, except for one, they've got Orion Bragg in the game now off the bench. Preston Comer's getting a little break. Of course, Orion Bragg battled cancer. I believe it was all last year when he battled cancer and wasn't able to play, but he's able to play again this year as we get a foul on LaShawn Green. Harold Mack will come in for Kalen Williams-Thomas, and it looks like Anthony Brewer is kind of slowly but surely pulling his starters from the game. It's a 47-point lead. This clock's going to run all the rest of the way except for timeouts and fouls and, of course, end of quarters. It'll keep running here as this ball goes out of bounds. Barnes across the timeline. 1,000-point career scorer, and now he wants some deep three action, and he's got it. Well, Chase Barnes showing something that they've become used to around here. It's not just Devon Lewis who can make those deep threes. 17 points for Barnes, and this is a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with Dwenger. Now Tyree Eldridge will check in for Chase Barnes, and I guess that's possibly the end of the night for Barnes unless he plays early in the fourth. We'll see what happens. These Generals will be playing tomorrow against Detroit Catholic Central. That's right, a team coming down from Detroit, Michigan to play the Generals. Kaufman with a shot fake. Couldn't get it to go, but Dillard commits the foul. We're inside the final minute of the third. Well, Javon Lewis used to make a living hitting those deep threes Now we're seeing Chase Barnes do it on a consistent basis. We're seeing LaShawn Green do it. He's done it twice here in this third quarter as Kaufman hits the free throw. One for two goes Kaufman. Dillard's got the board. Mack had a little trouble with it, but he saves it in the end. Harold Mack, who plays football as well as basketball. Little mid-range jumper. LaShawn Green connects. Oh, Preston Comer loves it. As he waves his towel around in support of LaShawn. Kaufman across the timeline with Eldridge on him. The feed inside, blocked! LaShawn Green swats it away. Oh, have a night, LaShawn. And it looks like Trey Dillard's night is done. And so is LaShawn Green's. But to end it on a blocked shot, not a bad deal. LaShawn's got 14 points, too. Down to 3 seconds. Kaufman leans in, trying to get the foul. Doesn't get the three either. And that's the end of the third quarter. 65-14 in favor of the Wayne Generals. We're back after this for the fourth quarter on SummitCitySports.com.
Why choose Kelly Chevrolet? We offer a wide selection of new and used inventory with a team that guides you to your perfect fit. Our certified pre-owned options ensure peace of mind with warranties and rigorous inspections. Competitive pricing, flexible financing, and convenient trade-in services, making your dream Chevrolet a reality. Trust our experienced service team to keep your vehicle in top shape and enjoy free car washes as long as you own your vehicle.
We're just about to start the fourth quarter. It is 65-14 in favor of Wayne, and right now the Generals do not have any starters on the court. They do have some guys who get some good minutes off the bench, like Tyree Eldridge and Harold Mack, Ryan Bragg. In addition to that, it's Lucas Warner and Javonte Eldridge. Lucas Warner hits the three from the wing. And Lucas Warner's a senior, but Javonte Eldridge and Tyree Eldridge are underclassmen. Tyree's a sophomore. Javonte's a freshman. And that's going to be a 5-second violation on Dwenger. Well, Dwenger won the girls' game. Had to battle with Wayne here not too long ago, but this game has been all Wayne from the start. At least scoring-wise it has. Dwenger showed some physicality with their 1-3-1 zone. But Wayne knocked down some early threes and pulled away early on as Javonte Eldridge scores along the baseline. That's a 6'6 freshman, likely a future starter, perhaps next year since H.J. Dillard is set to graduate. Feed to Kaufman on the outside. Well, Kaufman has shown some promise tonight. So has Zach Lehrman. A couple of nice moves in the post, and he's able to score over Eldridge. Zach Lehrman's on the board for the first time. Warner again! The Generals keep the three balls falling. The feed to the corner. A little shot fake there. Off the hands of Lehrman, and Mack fires it. A little football-style pass to Tyree Eldridge. I say football style instead of baseball style because Mack is a quarterback on Wayne's football team, where he was this year. He's a senior, so he won't be back to play football here next year. Drive to the basket, that won't go, but a foul from behind, and that was a pretty easy call. Looked like Warner got the push, and that's what they call it on. Well, we were alerted by Joel Ray that Homestead had a 59-38 lead over Snyder to start the fourth quarter. Some games are getting a little bit closer. Northrop has got it down to a 9-point game against Northside. Perhaps even closer. Yep, still 51-42 over at Bahia Arena. One more free throw for George Pori. And he gets the second one. Leo and New Haven playing a close game. They're in the fourth quarter. New Haven's up 57-53. They just get that one to Javon Robinson. Eldridge on the baseline. Goes cross court. Warner, now he's going to try another three. Couldn't hit that one. And a good box out. But Eldridge doesn't come down with the board. Kaufman wants the three, instead goes baseline. He'll feed that outside to Dykehusen. A catch and shoot for Kaufman. Too strong. Warner's got the board. Harold Mack, the crossover into the paint. Off the glass. No. Offensive board, Orion Bragg. I thought he should have just gone right up with it, but he will draw the foul. I'm not sure what the Dwenger students were saying, but it might have been let's play football. I believe Dwenger defeated Wayne in sectional playoffs in football as Orion Bragg's free throw doesn't go. Southside's now leading Concordia 69-51. Looked like Concordia was getting back into that game at one point, but now Southside's starting to pull away. Southside's very guard heavy, and yet I do believe they're 9-3 if I'm not mistaken, trying to get win number 10. Looking like they're going to get it. That's right, Southside is 9-3, trying to go to 3-2 in conference play with Arsenal Tech coming in to Reichert Gym tomorrow night as Bragg gets the second free throw to go. Long pass goes out of bounds. Javon Robinson wisely lets it go. It will be Wayne basketball. Mack across the timeline. Robinson calls for it. Warner, another step back three, left that one short. And the Saints have the board. That was J.T. Moreland, 6'5" junior. Ball's loose and a foul call. It was Tyler Smith who got fouled. Harold Mack is called for the foul. Jazz Booker will come into the game for the Generals. He's a freshman. Got in late in the Northside game. Booker and Bragg bringing the double team. Saints get it over to Tyler Smith. Bragg got his hands on the ball. Couldn't get the turnover, though. Back out to Smith. Feed out to J.T. Moreland. Smith, the step back three. Banks it in, Tyler Smith. On the attack, Javon Robinson couldn't hit. And a foul is called on the Generals, I think. Nope, it's called on the Saints. They called it number 42 on the Generals. I don't have a 42 on my roster. But it's going to be Wayne basketball as the clock is ticked under 3 minutes. Robinson, the catch and shoot. That three doesn't fall. Eldridge, the board, kind of flipped it up lackadaisically. It's out of bounds off of Wayne. Off of Dwenger, rather. Jazz Booker will inbound for the Generals. It's Uriah Williams off the catch and shoot, and he hits the three. Wayne's hit a lot of threes in this ball game. Their first 4 baskets were threes. 5 of their first 6 scoring possessions resulted in threes. All knocked away by Booker. Play that saxophone because Jazz Booker just got the steal, and then Uriah Williams takes it to the cup. Inside, Moreland, tough shot, and it goes. J.T. Moreland, the 6'5" junior. I think we have to correct our score here, make it 23 for Dwenger. The 3 for Williams doesn't go, and Dwenger rips it away. Double team comes. Loose ball, picked up by Booker. He fires to Robinson. Robinson to the cup, no good. Williams with the stick back. Uriah Williams on the spot. Coming up on the final minute of play. And Wayne at the end of this game is going to go to 4-0 in SAC play for the year. For the time being, they'll have sole possession of first. As that shot doesn't fall, Bragg comes down with the board. And he's able to get away from some trouble. Nice hustle there by Ryan Bragg. Lures is off tonight. They don't have any conference games this weekend. They do play Blackhawk Christian tomorrow night. That's a chance for a marquee road win for the Knights. Chance for a marquee home win for the Braves over at Davidson Court. You can watch that game on Summit City Sports. Tim Atkinson will have the call. Contested by Bragg and rebounded by Williams. And Javon Robinson's going to just dribble some time off the clock. Huge win for the Wayne Generals. Again, for the time being, they take sole possession of first place in the SAC. They'll be 4-0 in conference play at the end of the night. Lures still 3-0, but that's only because they're not playing a conference game tonight. Two teams will play in a couple of weeks here at Wayne High School. But for now, the Wayne Generals with an 83-23 win over the Saints of Bishop Dwenger. On the first possession, Dwenger did show some physicality, showed a good 1-3-1 zone, and made it look like that they could play with these Wayne Generals, but then the Generals just started knocking down their threes. They hit 5 threes on their first 6 scoring possessions and eventually ran away with the game in the end. Their transition game was working real well, and when they were able to bring traps, Dwenger had a hard time handling them. Well, for our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game, they might as well recognize Chase Barnes and LaShawn Green. 14 points for Green in the game, 4 threes. Chase Barnes hit 17 on a night where he was recognized for having scored 1,000 career points against the Woodland Warriors earlier this year. But Barnes and Green combined for 31 points on the night. Chase Barnes and LaShawn Green are your Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game. And that is going to do it from here at Wayne High School. The Generals win it 83-23 over the Saints. For my cameraman, Matt Jackson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Wayne High School. You've been watching high school basketball right here on SummitCitySports.com.
Down 3, 2, 1.
If you're on the level court, you need to have your ability to jump high, block, serve, react quick to the ball. PSM performance has helped me in every aspect of the game. Working with Zach has definitely been super influential. Getting stronger in the weight room, all the agility work, sprinting, jumping. It's just really increased my game in volleyball and also my speed and my strength.